Today I wanted to hop on here and maybe show you guys a little bit of my registry, but I wanted to talk about it in my perspective and mindset that I have towards having my baby and building my baby registry for birth. Now, I built this registry a long time ago when I first found out I was pregnant. I guess long time ago is a subjective term because it was really just several months ago, but I had intentions and a mindset going into pregnancy and kind of my thoughts on what and how I would like my registry to look and just be like the aura of it, that people receive it, and like the way that the flexibility of it, and just allowing people to be able to make decisions and just help include people on the decision-making process of what they want to choose, like for the nursery or for the whatever gifts that they want to buy, instead of just creating a registry that was very link specified. But at the same time, I know that many people really appreciate just being able to click on a link, go straight to the item and buy it, and have it be just a super easy process. So I did my best with the registry that I created to get a little bit of the best of both worlds. So when I was first creating my registry, my mindset behind it is, how can I get a registry that is going to be flexible to a lot of people's price points and budget points? Because for many of the people buying for you from your registry, like the majority of them are not necessarily family, they're not necessarily relatives, they're people from church, they're people in your life that you know. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes it's just, whoever's coming to your shower is probably from your church or just an area or group of people that maybe your work will throw you one, and they are not out here trying to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars or even more than like $50 for most people on someone's baby registry gift. It's not feasible for most people to be able to do that every time a baby is born, or a first baby, because you generally just have your registry for your first baby. But for many people, I feel like there's this pressure that's put on like these first time moms, and so they feel like they need every single item ever to put on their registry, and they link exactly to it, and it's exactly the name brand, and it's this very expensive list of goods that people think that you need for your baby. One thing many women have told me, my mom and many other like nice ladies at church, is they've really encouraged me, like, there is not a ton of stuff that you actually genuinely like need to have a baby. There's a lot of things that, yes, they're absolutely beneficial, they're absolutely fantastic to have, but there isn't a ton of items that you actually like absolutely need and are necessities. So with that in mind, I wanted to create a registry that people could go to Facebook Marketplace, or they could go to a consignment shop, or a random shop down the street, like a Dollar General or something, like wherever they usually go to shop at, or wherever their secondhand stores or thrift stores are, that they could be able to buy something that they feel they really like, or if they have products themselves that they've used having their babies that's stored up somewhere, and they're like, I want to get rid of these, but no one wants to take them because all these new first-time moms are putting like these super expensive name brand products on their registries. I know that there's people out there like that. I'm sure that I will be that person when the time comes for me to be going to other people's baby showers. I'll be like, okay, people, like, I have gone to many secondhand stores, and they have beautiful, like basically brand new items, like cribs and bassinets, mattresses, like all of these things they have, and it's for extremely marked down prices. But the thing is, no one is buying them for the couple from these secondhand places because most registries have that exact link on there. And so that's where people are going to make these purchases rather than saving their money and buying them secondhand, still retaining some of that quality, obviously, but, not being so overwrought with the tons of just consumer items that are out there that you could buy. Like I said earlier, some people, they prefer to buy off of a link. They have a bit more money. They're willing to spend that money. A lot of times, like for family members too, you're like, you know what? I have this. I'm willing to buy this. I want to buy this for this person. And so they love to be able to just click a link, go to the product, find it, buy it. And so for them, it is really just very much a benefit when there is a link involved. So I was trying to think, okay, what is a way that I can create this registry but allow people to kind of have the decision making within whether they're going to give a secondhand item or whether they want to go right ahead and just click a link and buy it. So as I was looking for options, I noticed Babylist. Babylist is who is the sponsor of our video today. Just kidding. They are not sponsoring us, but they have been very helpful to me in creating my baby registry and allowing really me to create this experience that is hopefully going to be more inclusive and allow people to be a part of the decision-making process. Now, I will preface with part of the way that I created my baby registry on Babylist is that I didn't necessarily follow their suggestions for what you should place on it. I placed the stuff that I feel would be most beneficial, most essential for me and our family and our baby. And I kept things off of it that were going to maybe impede on getting that same experience. Things that, maybe might clutter up a baby registry that aren't absolutely essential. So today's a new day, if you can't tell, different attire on. I ended up recording the second half to this video and it got deleted, so that was not the most convenient. It actually just ended up never even recording in the first place, so yay, I am back. Basically, I think overall what I was saying there is wanting the registry to be very open to what people, how they want to interact with it and interact with the baby, because I know that for so many people it is so fun to be able to see and have a baby come into the family or come into the community, whether that's of friends or of family. Getting people involved in that process is super beneficial, and I think that baby showers is one way that people really feel like they can be a part of this new little one. And I mean, who doesn't like to go out shopping for little babies? It's so much fun. That's usually what people love to do. And so because of that, I just really wanted to create a registry that would be open for people to be able to be a participant in the way that they really like to. So whether that's clicking on a link or whether that's them getting to go out and pick for themselves what they would like to give. I think that the registry that I created kind of really did that. I did want to walk you through kind of how I set up part of my registry to be able to make it so that way people could either choose to click on a link or that they could kind of choose to go out and buy the product themselves. So I use Babylist. Babylist is actually the sponsor of this video. Just kidding. They are not, but that would be so cool if they were. I just honestly love them, and I think that they had a good system in place for how you could add items, but not like just directly linked items. A lot harder for people to say like, oh, I want to go and just shop for this on my own. Well, now I don't think they explicitly meant to, but I really want to show you what we can do with Babylist. So if you're logged in to Babylist, there are some options here on the side that you're going to be able to see. add a cash fund. I don't usually do the add a cash fund option just because it can be very, like they charge money for you for the whoever's wanting to give the money. So I found that it's just not super helpful. Like if people just want to give you cash for something or towards something, it's easier generally to write that on a card rather than to do that and be charged a surcharge through an option like this. But they have a bunch of these. You can transfer registry if you have it on others, but I clicked add help and favors. So in help and favors, they have a lot of cool options. But basically they're just all coupons and you can just do whatever with those coupons. And so one of them is the wild card one, which I added to baby list. In that you can put a note, and so in the note you could put a URL. You could put like, hey, I want a used baby crib or whatever the item is. You can make some notes about that, so that way people kind of know what the vibe is and what you're going for. But once you add the coupon and then add the note, after you've put your URL in or whatever, then you are able to go over to the registry and you can edit it from there. So just a second, let me X out of this and scroll. Okay, almost there. So it automatically is going to put it under the category. It takes a village, something like that. And I'm accidentally clicking on it. But from the user standpoint, they would be able to click on it without that happening. But I just click edit, and then you can put a title. So for instance, for a crib, you can go ahead and put crib there. You can replace that picture and put a different picture on. You can select a category and change the category. And so that way, like, you can get secondhand items that people have, and it's super affordable for other people, and it's also beneficial for you. And they actually have a URL spot there too, but you can also put the URL in the notes as well, and then they just calculate that there, and can copy and paste. If you want to put it as a must-have item, just like my mouse was hovering over, and it's like one of your essentials, you can do that as well. That's with that little button. So I really enjoyed being able to basically create a good majority of my registry with these like coupons in baby list, because it allowed then people can kind of choose their price range and then adjust accordingly. Now, obviously, like some of them I have, if they're cheaper items, I have them just as direct links. This one is just like the baby clothes, and if I click on it, it's going to go to that. But if the client or like whoever's looking at it is clicking on it, they're just going to see used baby clothes. So I was very happy with the way that that's set up. I'm pretty sure it's working properly, and I tried a couple times to make sure that I can add it to the cart and it will, process as like that it's bought and that there's one item of it, so that way people don't buy multiple items of it. So I'm pretty sure it should all be working correctly on the registry the way it's set up, but I mean, you never know for sure because these things do craziness sometimes. So I was a little bit worried about that, but I went through it a couple times and made sure, like, once someone added it to their cart and printed it out and everything, and you don't have to actually print it, just prints to a PDF or whatever, that it would then take it off and mark it as a bought item. So I think that this structure for setting up the registry is just going to help keep things to the essentials for one. There were a couple things on there that weren't as essential, but I just put them on there for fun or whatever, just to kind of be a help to me. And then there were some other things on there that were a bit more essential and that, you prefer to get, but because the registry isn't cluttered up with like tons upon tons upon tons of items, then, people have the opportunity to be able to see like, hey, this is what I really need. If you want to get other things off the registry, like that's fine. People can get baby clothes. People can get, a different brand of diapers or whatever. Like they can find other things off the registry instead of just going by the registry if they want to. But then they can see, okay, have the essentials been bought? Is that good? Is she covered there? If that's what their desire is. So I think that was super beneficial. I don't know if you guys do, but I find that in our culture right now, we totally pay way more than we need to buy baby items, and I don't think it needs to be like that at all. So I hope this helps you. Send this to another new mom that you might know or someone that you think might enjoy this little video about baby registries. And if you like this content, I talk all about living an intentional life. So I desire to live intentionally in my finances, in my wifehood, in my motherhood, in my pregnancy, and in my health, just in life in general, in my faith walk. The channel's all about just living an intentional life, finding ways that we can be more intentional with our time and our resources and our money. And if that's something that you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. I will continue to be giving out some more pregnancy content as I get closer to the birth and giving some updates and stuff. So I hope that'll be exciting. Be sure to click on the video above. I don't know where it will be, but if you want to see more like this. Thank you guys so much.